Hi everyone, my name is Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been selling on eBay for 21 years and Poshmark for 6 years. And today I have a Goodwill haul and a what sold video for you. A little over 2 months ago, I went to Goodwill. I purchased 24 items for $164.37. So far, 14 of the 24 items have sold. So what we'll do today is I will show you a little bit of shopping inside the store. Then we will have a what sold portion where I show you the 14 items that have sold, how much money I made on each of them. And I will show you the 10 items that I have listed waiting to sell. Let's first look back to the day I went shopping. The majority of this day looking through the dresses. You'll see a couple minutes of me flipping through the dresses, but I actually spent 2 hours looking through this long row of dresses and then time afterwards looking up sold comps. I think I spent a little over 3 hours in Goodwill this day. One thing that I have had people ask me quite often is, what brands do you look for when you go out thrifting? And I never look for a specific brand because there are so many brands out there that I think if I went looking for a specific brand or brands, I would never find anything. Instead, I have to take what is there and decide based on brand, sell-through rate, style, fabric. Is this item a good item? And I will pick the items that I think are good, put them in my cart, and then go research sold comps to decide if they're worth it to take home. I have noticed that formal dresses and vintage dresses have been performing really well for me and yield a great profit. So I get really excited when I find items in those categories. The last Goodwill haul that I had, when I shared the what sold portion, everything had sold on eBay. So this one, there's a mix, 8 sold on eBay and 6 sold on Poshmark. We'll go from the highest profit to the lowest profit. The highest profit selling item in this haul so far was on eBay. This dress was really unique. I noticed the material and the pattern, and I looked up comps, and I didn't really find very much when I did a rushed comp, but it was just so unique, and it was the half price color tag. So I was like, you know what? I think I can still make $10 or $20 on this. Well, I made a lot more than that. It was a great, great pickup. I titled this listing, Dressed in La La, Can't Tame Me Overall Dress, medium in wild soul jacquard tiger. I was able to find the exact dress online, found the stock photos. It looked really cute on the model, and I found the description, and it was kind of cute. It said, think of your grandma's couch, and the material was like that. It was like a tapestry. It sold for $99.37. That's the gross amount that the buyer paid. That includes the purchase price, the shipping, the tax. That is exactly what the buyer paid. My earnings are what is deposited back in my bank after the tax is taken out, the postage and everything. So $70.37 was deposited back in my bank account. I paid just $5. It was the half price color tag, and it only took 4 days to sell. My profit was $65.37. So I will for sure remember that brand from now on. When I discover a brand that is new to me and sells really well, I think it is very worth it to spend a few minutes researching that brand. I like to go to eBay and search the sold comps for the last 90 days. I sort them from highest to lowest so I can see some of the items that sold for a lot of money, just familiarize myself with the style. Then I click into some of the listings and look to see what the tags look like. That way I just have more information in my brain about that brand, and I will be more likely to recognize it if I come across it while thrifting or at garage sales. The second highest selling item so far from this haul was also on eBay. This one I titled Vintage 70s or 80s, new with tags, Roberta, California gown, size 13/14, and then I put fits 6'8" small medium, pink rose, NOS for new old stock. And on the vintage dresses or anything vintage, I try to remember to write in my description that vintage sizes tend to run smaller. Please refer to the measurements for a proper fit. And I also will often say what size I think it would fit in modern day, and I'll put that into the title also. That way, if someone's searching for a size medium or a size 6, not a 13/14, it might draw those buyers in, and I might be able to find a buyer for that dress that I might not have if I had only put in the size 13/14. It sold for $67.98. My earnings were $51.31. I paid $9.99. It took 2 months and 2 days to sell, and my profit was $41.32. Let's look at what has sold for the highest in Roberta, California in the last 90 days, so we'll know what to be on the lookout for. As I was looking through the sold comps, the second highest one I noticed didn't even have the size tag where you could read what size it was anymore. It had completely worn away. It's still sold for a great amount. I pick up things without size tags all the time. If you can just estimate and give measurements, they still sell great. Frequent style tags that I saw were prairie, boho, western, lace, wedding, corset, gauze, and vintage, of course. I also took note of the colors that I was seeing in the highest selling items. They were a lot of very soft pastel colors. I saw powder blue, lots of lavender, soft yellows. So I'm going to be aware of that, not just in this brand, but in other brands to look out for those colors and styles. In my last Goodwill haul video, I showed the Jeulia Jewelry from the Midsummer Night collection. So beautiful. I've been wearing it a lot, and I gave away one piece. Nitch won it, and she lives in New Zealand, so I got to send it to her. So I think it's so neat that I was able to send that necklace all the way to her in New Zealand, and I thought, let's do it again. I have 3 more pieces. I went through their website, and I tried to find my very favorite items. It was hard. There were so many beautiful items, but I found this ring, and it is gorgeous. It is called the Custom Halo Heart. You can customize it. And so I went with what they had because I loved it as is, but it is just so beautiful. So you can wear it alone as 2 different pieces, or it fits together, and this slides inside, and you can wear it as one piece. But I absolutely adore this ring. Also got this bracelet. It is the Never Apart custom bracelet. You can also customize it. And I love that it is very adjustable, so it can go bigger or smaller depending on your wrist size. It is Beautiful. And I wanted something, I don't have my watch on right now, but my watch has rose gold. I wanted something so that would kind of combine my wedding ring and the rose gold in my watch. So this is just perfect. And then these earrings, I love them. There's a piece in the back and a piece in the front. They're called the Magic Curve Drop Earrings. You put a comment down below and put which Jeulia piece you would like. So the ring, it is a size 5, so keep that in mind. The size is size 5, or the bracelet or the earrings. Just put a comment with the brand Jeulia and which piece you would want. Then I will use a random YouTube comment picker. I'm going to put the date right here that I'm going to do the drawing, depending on how long it takes me to edit this video. I want to give it a little bit of time. Then if you just put the word Jeulia and the piece that you would like, if you win, I'll use a random YouTube comment picker and I will announce the winner in the video following this video. And then I will send the winner whichever piece they choose. And if you are interested in buying from Jeulia Jewelry, they have the most beautiful items. They make wonderful gifts. And if you use my code Debbie15, you'll get 15% off your order and they will know that you found them through me. And then maybe I can get more jewelry. And if I am able to get more jewelry, I am more than happy to share with you guys because you're so wonderful. Okay, now let's get back to the what sold portion. The third highest selling item was on Poshmark. This was a Vineyard Vines dress. And when I saw it, I noticed it was really pretty. The material was so nice and thick, substantial, not a flimsy dress. I could tell it was really well made. So that's why I looked at it further and I saw it was Vineyard Vines, and then I saw underneath it, it said Kentucky Derby. So I thought I need to look a little closer at this, and I'm glad I did because it sold really well. I titled this listing Vineyard Vines for the 143rd Kentucky Derby, white dress, 4, so it's a size 4, a pretty small size, yet it still sold really well. Horseshoe sleeveless. I didn't even notice this, but when I looked closer at the pattern was horseshoes. It sold for $45. My earnings were $36. I paid $9.99. It took 5 days to sell, and my profit was $26.01. The next item sold on eBay. I titled this listing Vintage Studio Ease Woman Linen Rayon Dress plus size 22W sleeveless tropical. I put in the listing overall, very nice condition. There are just a few slubs in the fabric, which is characteristic of linen. That way they are aware of that. It still looked great, and it sold for $33.46 on eBay. My earnings were $22.27. I paid just $5. It was the half price color tag. It took 28 days to sell, and my profit was $17.27. The next one was a pair of denim short overalls, and they looked vintage. I looked them up and they were vintage, so I was excited to pick those up, especially being in the summer. I titled the listing Vintage 90s London Jeans Shortalls Small Denim Bib Overall Shorts Suspender Romper. They sold for $30.70 on eBay. My earnings were $18.85. They were just $3.75. They were the half price color tag. They took just 5 days to sell, and my profit was $15.10. The next one, which was the 6th highest selling item so far of this haul, sold on Poshmark. I titled this listing JJ's House Women's Formal Dress Measures size 18 to 20, V-neck, purple chiffon long. There was no size tag inside this dress, but it looked plus size. It looked nice. I thought it would sell well. The half price color tag, so it was going to be just $5. So I thought I could definitely make a good profit on it. Even without a size, I would just take the measurements and see what size I thought it seemed like and put that in the listing, and things always seem to sell like that. So I am no longer scared of picking up items without a size tag or material tag. I think an item is a great item, but it doesn't have a size tag, I still pick it up and they always seem to sell. It sold for $28. My earnings were $19.12. I paid just $5, so it's the half price color tag. It took 1 month and 10 days to sell, and my profit was $14.12. The next one sold on Poshmark also. This one was so cute. I had picked it up because I thought I wanted it, but it didn't look good on me. So I went ahead and sold it, and the person that purchased it was really happy. She left great feedback that she loved it. So I was really glad that I picked it up. I titled this listing VICI, I think that's Vicky Boheme Lifestyle Silky Wide Leg Jumpsuit, women's size small, emerald green. It sold for $22. My earnings were $17.60. I paid just $5. It took just 2 days to sell, and my profit was $12.60. The next one was a pair of men's suit pants. I went this day because I had a haul the day before and I picked up a suit jacket. Well, that night I went home and I was looking at comps and I was like, oh, if I had had the pants, it would have sold for a lot more money. Why didn't I look in the suit pants? So the next day I got up and came back to look for those suit pants. So this was the reason why I had the haul this day. Did not find the matching suit pants, but I did find one pair of men's suit pants and they sold on Poshmark. I titled this listing Brooks Brothers Dress Pants, 38 by 33, 38 long. So I put the tag size and the actual measurements. Regent fit, wool, navy blue, career, 38 long. They sold for $22. My earnings were $14.32. I paid just $3. They were the half price color tag. They would have been $5.99, but since they were half off, just $3. They took 16 days to sell, and my profit was $11.32. I found this Ralph Lauren jacket. It was really cute. It was like knit. It gave like nautical vibes, and there were several of them out there, but I thought, well, since I am purchasing it at half price for just $5, I think I can list it as the lowest one so that it will sell. I titled the listing Ralph Lauren blazer jacket, women's small, knit navy white striped nautical. It sold for $20. My earnings were $16. I paid just $5. It was the half price color tag. It took just 12 days to sell, and my profit was $11. So again, if it had been full price for $10, I wouldn't have been able to purchase it because it wouldn't have been worth my time. But I feel like an $11 profit was definitely worth my time to list it and for it to be able to sell quickly. A pair of Travis Matthew golf shorts. I titled this listing Travis Matthew golf shorts, men's 42, tan, lightweight, performance, casual, stretch. There are a lot of them out there. So what I do to make sure that they sell is I look up the current comps to see what is out there that's exactly like mine in the same size and the same color, and then I just price slightly below the others so it will sell quickly because there are a lot of them out there, and it worked. I thought I would show you really quickly how I priced these shorts to sell quickly, even though it seemed like they were in an oversaturated market. I first did a search of Travis Matthew shorts. It showed 9,700 plus current listings available. So next I want to narrow it down so that I just see the shorts that are like mine. So I added in the word tan and 42 for the size. That really cut down the number of current listings, but I wanted to narrow it a little more. So I went back up to the top, clicked on filter, then condition, and I selected use. Now I'm down to just 44 pairs of shorts that are similar to mine. Next, I go back up to the top and I click sort. I'm going to change it from the default of best match to lowest, and that includes the shipping also. So I am now seeing the item that is just like mine that is priced the very lowest. So that's my competition. I look through the first few ones and I want mine to be either the lowest or maybe in the top 3. So I have to consider how much I paid for the item. Can I do that? If I can and still make a good profit, I want to price it low enough that my item looks really attractive, and it worked. I priced mine for $19.78 plus shipping of $5.72. The buyer paid a total amount of $26.90. Then, after all the fees and shipping was taken out, the amount that was deposited back in my bank account, which was my earnings, was $13.62. I only paid $2.65 for these shorts. They were the half price color tag. So that's what allowed me to be able to price them low. Had they been full price, I probably would not have picked them up. So you really have to think about it when you're buying the item. If you know it's in a very saturated market, you have to consider how much you're getting it for. Can you price it for that really low amount? My profit ended up being $10.97, and it sold in just 4 days. So I was really happy with that. And that's one big lesson that I think I have learned in reselling. For the longest time, when I saw things were becoming oversaturated, that there were so many listings out there, I just thought, oh, I can't sell it for the same amount anymore. There are so many listings, I'm just not going to pick it up anymore. But I've really learned that there is still value in a lot of those items. And you have to look at the current listings, and you need to be one of the lowest listings so that it will actually sell. So if you are able to look at the current listings and see that you are purchasing it at a price low enough that you can list it for that lower amount, then it will sell. Now, if it was $10, I would not have purchased it because I would not have been able to list it for a low enough amount. The next one, the 11th highest selling item, was this wool vintage skirt. And I just loved the pattern, the colors, the fabric. It was vintage. The tag really helped me decide to pick it up. I saw it was 100% wool, and I also saw made in the USA, and so I thought, I am getting this. I titled the listing Vintage JH Collectibles Wool Pencil Skirt 4. So it was tagged a size 4, but I measured the waist and it was a 26-inch waist. So I thought I'm going to put in the waist size also. So maybe if someone's searching for a 26 waist, not just a size 4, they will see my listing. So I just feel like that just exposes it to more potential buyers. Lined, plaid, midi, 90s. It sold for $29.12. My earnings were $14.71. It was also half price, so it was just $3.75. It took 19 days to sell, and my profit was $10.96. Just a quick reminder, if you're new and not subscribed, I'd love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. The next one was a plus size dress, and I just loved it. It was really slinky and soft, and I thought, oh, I would like to wear this dress. Plus size, so I thought I'm going to give it a try. It was the half price color tag also. I titled this listing J. Jill Plus Size 20 Shirt Dress, Women's Button Down, Red, Black, Printed, Silky, Soft. It sold on eBay for $24.88. My earnings were $14.81. I paid just $5. It took 7 days to sell. My profit was $9.81. So I like to try to make sure I make at least $10 profit on each item. So there were a couple in here that fell below that, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. Some of them make more money than I expect, and some of them make less money. The next one, I picked up this Vera Wang dress, and I've never found Vera Wang. It's always been Vera Wang something. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but this one just said Vera Wang, and it was so nice, such good quality, that I thought, oh, I bet this is going to make a lot of money. Well, it didn't. I titled this listing Vera Wang dress, women's size 12, black, white, floral lace, sleeveless, lined. It sold for $17 on Poshmark. My earnings were $13.60. I paid just $5. It was the half price color tag. It took 2 months and 11 days to sell, and my profit was $8.60. So not much. I probably could have held out and gotten a little bit more, but I was glad to go ahead and get it sold. The next one I picked up, and it had really good sole comps, but I got home and it had some flaws. I think there was some staining in it. I'll pop up the listing and show whatever it was, but it seems like there were a few stains or something. So At that point, when that happens, I'm like, okay, I just want to get my money back out of it, maybe a couple dollars, and I'll be happy. And that's what I did. I think if it hadn't had the stains, it would have sold around $30, $35 plus shipping. I titled this listing, Go Softly Patio House Dress, Medium Embroidered Blue Lovebird Flower Tropical. It sold even with stains for $20.31. My earnings were $9.74. I paid just $5. It was also the half price color tag. I found a lot of half price color tag items that day. It took just 2 days to sell and my profit was $4.74, but I got my $5 back plus another $4.74 in 2 days. So I am good with that. So far I have sold 14 items for a gross amount of $486.72. My earnings were $332.32. So that's what's actually been deposited back in my bank. Then we have to take out my cost of goods of $164.37. So far I've gotten back all of the money that I spent plus a profit of $167.95. Now I'm going to show you the rest of the items that I found. And there are some really good ones, but I think they are just items that are going to take a little bit longer to sell, but they're going to make really good profit. First item, I paid $9.29 because it is Lands' End size 3X black puffer jacket in excellent condition. It's down-filled, so I think it will sell really well. I will have the listings popped up on the side for what they're listed for. Generally, things sell for about 20% less. Some will sell for the full asking price, some a little bit less than 20%, but on average, these items will sell about 20% less than the current listing price. And then this item I didn't actually list. I wore it in a YouTube video though. It's Eliza J. And it's this pretty dress, and so I think if I sold it, I'd probably make about $20, $25, but I decided to keep it for now. I wore it in one YouTube video, I'll probably wear it one other time and then list it, so I'm not counting this in my totals in the end for how much money I'm going to make. The next one I was going to show you, I showed this in another video. I bought these long plastic covers for dresses, like formal dresses that won't fit in my regular clear plastic, and they are working great. And I just keep the formal dresses on hangers, and then when it's time to ship, I just pull the hanger out, kind of fold it up, roll it around, tape it, put it in a box, and it works out great. This dress I thought was beautiful. I will have the listing popped up. It's hard to see all of it, but look at the sides, they lace up, and I was not familiar with the brand, but it was so beautiful, in great condition, Juliet, and it's size extra, extra large, so I thought I wanted to pick this up, and I think that would make a gorgeous dress for a formal event around the holidays. I paid $15.99 for it, and I currently have it listed for $110, and I've already had a price drop on it. I started it because I wasn't really sure, because I wasn't familiar, so I started it around 132 or 38, I think. I went ahead and dropped it to 110, and I'm going to stick there, but still allow a little room for negotiation. Then this one, absolutely beautiful. And it is the brand LaBelle. It's size 14 and in excellent condition. The sleeves are so cute. It goes off shoulder, and then it has these little ties. And I think another one that will do great around the holidays. I paid $15.99 for this, and I have it listed for $131.99. Then this one, another great for the holidays approaching. I think these will sell pretty soon around the holiday season. It is the brand Dave and Johnny. It is made in the USA. I paid $9.99 for it. I have it listed for $49.80. Then another one that I love, this one is so pretty. It has this corset style top, and look, it's a little bit see-through, and these off-shoulder sleeves. I think this one will really sell great. The brand is City Studio and it is a size 7. I actually didn't even look up sold comps when I was in Goodwill. I didn't want to take the time to because I knew I was going to pick it up regardless of brand because it just had so many characteristics that I loved and I felt like it was a very trending style. So I was super excited to pick this one up and can't wait for it to sell. I know whoever gets it is going to love it. I think that one will sell great. I have it listed for $131.99 and that was priced just $9.99. And this one is the brand Cachet and I just think it's beautiful. Another dress that I think would be great for a holiday event, and it is the brand Cachet, size 11-12. So just very beautiful, classy dress. This front part, it looks like 2 pieces, but it's 1 piece, and this part is see-through. So gorgeous, gorgeous dress for the holidays. And another dress that I thought was beautiful. It is see-through, but a little bit of extra embroidery in all the right places. The back is open, the bottom is velvet. I think velvet and sheer are both trending, so another dress that I think will sell around the holidays. I paid $9.99 and I have it listed for $42.89. And as I was trying to leave, I always have something I'm trying to leave and I'm still looking as I'm leaving. I hadn't had a chance to go through the blazers, and so I did really quickly, and I found this Talbot's blazer, size 12. And it's plaid, velvet collar, another one that I think will sell around the holidays. I think I had mistletoe in part of the title of the name of this jacket. I paid $5. All 3 of these blazers were half price for $5. I have it listed for $32.80. Then this one is probably donated by the same person. Talbot's, size 12, just another very nice high quality jacket. Paid $5, have it listed for $32.80. I saw this Miss Me jacket, size large, and some of the Miss Me is starting to do well for me again, and so I thought, these used to sell great. I'm going to give this a try again. It was only $5, so I wanted to experiment and see if it would sell well, and I noticed when I got home that the lining is ripped, and I decided the comps weren't good enough for me to take the time to repair it, nor do I think I'm good enough to repair that well. So I just listed it as is for $19. So that is everything. Those last 10 items that I have waiting to sell, there are a lot of the formal dresses that will take a little bit longer, but they'll have a really good return. I have those 10 items listed right now for $650.37. If they sell for about 20% less than I have them listed for, that means they should sell for $520.29. Then if we take out 20% in platform fees, whether they sell on eBay or Poshmark, that's just kind of an average, I should get back another $416.24. Making this haul a total projected profit of $584.19. I will continue tracking this haul. When these items sell, I will be sure and include them in my what sold videos. So if you're new and not subscribed, be sure that you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. Also, if you enjoy these videos and wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a great day. Bye.